Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. I shall see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today, where we're relaxing as per usual. I don't know what that was. That was weird. But yeah, I had a stream. It was a pretty good stream, all things considered. I think. We made a lot of we've made tons of good progress in blueprints, I would say. We like. I'm trying to think how to give it away without giving away where I am, but hello everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow, 6:22 p.m. on Sunday, January 25th, 2026. What I mean, let's say the inverse actually, where it's hard to say where I am without spoiling anything. I would say I have just done a very unique parlor game. That's what I'll say. I will now say no further on what that means, because if you play the game, you probably know what that means. Well, if you got to this point, you probably know what that means. I think we must be, like, we're pretty close to the end. You know, a reviewer of Foxlime who is tracking basically the sort of things left to do, because they played the game, presumably, and know all the stuff in it. And it's actually incredible. Like, they sent me a snippet of their notes, and I was like, that's genuinely impressive. Like, my own PA, I suppose, for this game. And there's apparently 7 things left. I don't know what those 7 things are. I don't, like, because it's very interesting, because I'm at the point of a game where I'm like, I don't even know what the puzzle is anymore. Like, I've done everything which I could identify as a puzzle. Now I'm just like, oh, I thought I've reached the end of the game. Because I'll be honest, at the point I just hit, it seemed like a really nice ending to the game, and now I genuinely don't know. Like, I only know because I asked them, so I was like, okay, you know, I'm not going to sit around here for hours figuring this out. Just tell me what sort of things I need to do to even have a glance of what's going on. So that's good fun. What else to talk about? Miss May Champions Meet. It's going pretty well. I had a 90% win rate on day 1, which is, I think, the highest win rate I've ever had. It's crazy. And then I got like a 60% win rate on day 2 or something. Like, not that great. But yeah, that day 1 went hard. I was like, whoa. Like, it actually almost was really close to a 100% win rate. It was so unbelievably close. One of them was genuinely like, I should have won, but Christmas Ogre got late start and also did not proc a 3rd recovery. And I was like, okay. But if she did, I think she would have won. And the other one, to be fair, I think would have been a lot harder to win. But it could have been. One of these days, I'll get about 100% win rate, day 1. It's only going to get harder, but still. But yeah, I'm still doing my Sprint Champions Meet. I pivoted. I was originally going to run triple pace with Fujikiski and Karin-chan. I might do double pace and 1 front. I'm not entirely sure. Like, I'm definitely not running Fujikiski anymore. Like, because her unique is completely useless, so I'm not on it. And I'm like, I might as well just try something else. And apparently Smart Falcon's pretty fun, and I said it before, like, my favourite, I think before I said my favourite were end closes, but no, I'm pretty sure I like playing front runners in the game, so if I can play a front runner, I will. It's just all the sprint front runners, well, there are no sprint front runners who work on this map. Like, even Silent Suzuka doesn't work very well. But apparently Smart Falcon kind of works, and I think that works pretty well for me, because the other pace I'm running, of course, is Halloween Super Creek, who are unique procs in 2nd or 4th or something, so I do need someone in front. And then I was like, okay, well, I can't really also then run another pace. So I was like, I'm sorry, like, Karin-chan can't take Karin-chan out, because Karin-chan's unique doesn't even proc in the right place. I thought it did, it doesn't. But I'm having her as a backup option. But I'm probably going to instead do Air Groove or a late side. I mean, I might try. Like, what does Narita Taishin have on her? I don't know, because Narita Taishin will have to do a Spring Tensho, which kind of sucks. So I think I'll probably just do Air Groove instead. Because it's very rare I get to use Air Groove. I don't have Wedding Air Groove, unfortunately, though. I only got regular Air Groove. But like a very, very rare opportunity to actually use Air Groove. But apparently she works pretty well, so I was like, okay, we'll do it. Mainly because the parents' requirement for this one is not that strict anymore. Like, you don't need sprint sparks, you only need turf sparks. And there's no must-have uniques, I think, for late searches. The only good ones would be like general speed ones, like Ogre and stuff. Whoops. But yeah, you don't need any other Mejoros because they don't work. Anyway, so not going to talk about Smooth forever. And anyway, sprints are so RNG, so it doesn't really matter what happens. But at least late charges have access to on your left. And apparently Karakami Princess is also pretty good. But that's what I was going to look up, like how good is she at sprints? Because apparently she's also pretty good. And I was like, okay, I've never even thought about it. Because I've never actually, I'm not sure if I've run a build of her. But let's see. If she's at all runnable, why not give it a go? Because I think that'll be fun. And I'd like to try and use different ones when I can. Different characters if I can. Short D, that's CBA. Oh, that's very durable then. That's very durable. Because she also has a lot of the gamble skills. Yeah, she's got Outer Swell. She's got Rising Dragon. Wait, Rising Dragon might not proc at the right time. But her unique procs are on the final straight, so I think it does work. Probably. It might proc too early, I think. I don't know, it just seems like it would be fun. When you get the opportunities to try and do something. Okay, let's see. Rising Dragon. Oh, right, she's in the wrong position for Rising Dragon. Okay, it's not great, I would say. On your left. I don't know, it's really interesting. Because it really is just gamble as many accelerations as possible. At the end. Outer Swell, should we see when this one procs? When do all these gambles ones proc? A bad timings, it seems. Because, wait, this gives increased target speed. Not acceleration, so it doesn't even do anything. Wait, why is she supposedly any good? Stretch her? Stretch haste? Probably is also not great. I don't know. Okay, home stretch haste right at the end actually is pretty good. I don't know, whatever. I'll figure out. It's either her or Air Groove. I'm not sure. Or which yet. I guess I can try them both here. And see which makes the most sense. Wait, on your left. Furious Feet. No, it's not called Furious Feet. What the heck's Furious Feet? That's Outer Swell, isn't it? Outer Swell. What's Rising Dragon? No, that's Outer Swell, Rising Dragon. What's Furious Feet? I don't remember what Furious Feet is. Who has Furious Feet? Gold City? No, she's got on your left. Oh, Slick Sledge, right. No, that's on your left. What on earth am I doing? You might be like, what on earth are you talking about? I don't really have a good response to you, to be honest. I'm just sort of... I'm saying probably absolute nonsense. Oh, Furious Feet is Mile, that's why. Well, maybe it does proc at an okay time. Because it's all about moving upwards. I don't know. Well, we'll see which one I go with. Maybe I'll do 2 late surges. That'd be crazy. Anyway, the point being... I'm not really sure what the point is, to be honest. I'm just kind of talking about whatever. What am I going to talk about today? This is 10 minutes and I haven't spoken about anything of note. What should I talk about? Oh, the thing I was going to talk about actually, which I guess I will talk about in these last 10 minutes. So I've been playing a bit more Enfield. I finished off the first part of the first of chapter 1 story. What do I think of Enfield so far? I think it's okay. Like, I'm willing to give it a chance, but, you know, it's sort of like, it's sort of like just a second away from being like, okay, maybe it's not worth it. Because I'm like, the gacha itself is brutal. It's actually one of our, it's actually closer to old school gacha, I think, than it is to the new school sort of gacha. Because the way you earn currency is so slow. Which I'm used to, because like my early gacha games were this slow. Like Starlight Stage, literally it was like 4 months if you played religiously, and then like 8 months if you sort of played casually, to get a guarantee, because the guarantee is so high. Shiny Colour is also 300, it's insanely high, and you need multiple copies of a load of characters. Enfield is not that brutal, I think, but I think it's also like, I think it's every 2 patches you can guarantee one, which is pretty crazy. Or something not, I don't know, but there's also like, they have triple banners, which makes it difficult, so I'm like, that's a bit tenuous. We'll see how that works. And then the combat's okay. I think it's quite novel, I will say, and it definitely feels quite satisfying. There's a surprising amount of depth to it. But the thing is, like, the characters haven't really like drawn me in with their story, you know, that's like what's really drawn me in with the other ones, like Honkai Star Rail, Kafka. I was like, yeah, that's the one. ZZZ, I was like, One Lycon, yes. That's what it's all about. And then, like, well, Genshin I actually played because of the combat looked kind of interesting. And it was like Jean and Beidou, like, immediately won me over. I'm playing with Enfield, and I'm like, none of them are quite... It's the pause of a century. As I'm back. And amazingly, I still kind of remember what I was talking about. I was talking about Enfield. And, you know, there's some gripes of the game, that sort of thing. But one thing which did surprise me was the factory building element, which I was like, I wonder if I'm going to find was tedious and annoying. Excuse me. I was like, am I going to find this like boring? Am I going to be like, oh, this just gets in the way of the actual gameplay I want to play? 2133. Wait a minute. Oh, whoops. Turns out I did yesterday's thumbnail as 21331 instead of 32. And I was like, am I going to find it boring? Am I going to not enjoy it? Turns out I actually really liked it. I liked the optimization aspect. I'm only like very, very early on in it, so there's a lot more for me to discover with it. But that almost single-handedly is saving the game for me at the moment, because if I didn't like that aspect, I'd be like, okay, I'm not playing this game anymore. But I actually do quite like it, which, you know, to be fair, I think makes sense. Like, because I always was like, I wonder if I'd enjoy a game like Factorio or something. And the answer is maybe. Maybe I would enjoy a game like Factorio, but the thing is, like, Factorio visually, I think, doesn't appeal to me, so I've never been that... What's the word? Willing to try it, I suppose. But Satisfactory is one which I've seen a few times, and I've seen, like, oh, you know, maybe it's worth a shot or something. And after playing this game, and basically, as I understand it, this game is basically like Satisfactory, but, you know, a gacha game. Maybe it's worth adding it to my wish list. But I do look at the screenshots of Satisfactory and be like, this looks overwhelmingly insane, TBH. I don't know. It's a very first factory game. What other sort of factory-like games are there? Similar to the game Raft. I will be honest, I didn't really get all that entranced by Raft. Into the Unwell, what on earth is that? Hold on, is that like a base building? What other games are in base building? Winter Burrows on my wish list, apparently. Cult of the Lamb, that's true. But I don't know, like, to me, I always thought, like, oh, I'd find it really inconvenient having to do this factory thing, because it's like, oh, you have to put down every single treadmill individually. That seems like too much, but I don't know. Maybe this is getting me to be like, Satisfactory might actually genuinely be something I'd like to play. Add it to my wish list. We'll put it as a mild curiosity at the moment. I will see exactly how it all comes about. What sale is on at the moment? So many of my games are on sale on my wish list. I have no idea. But But yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense, you know, and I am someone who likes optimization efficiency, right? So it's a game all about efficiency. You'd be like, oh yeah, of course Dead Island would like it, but you know, I think historically it's not always been the case because it depends on the type of efficiency. Because it's sort of like, if it's done in a way which is inconvenient to work with, then I'm just sort of like, that's not something I want to deal with necessarily. Anyway, so maybe I'll give it a try. Maybe I'll give Enfield even more of a try and see if eventually I don't like it. So yeah, I'll give it a shot. Otherwise, I might play some Lorelei and Lay's Eyes right now to record it. I don't know. I'm having good. I'm at very simple levels where it's just like, oh, you know, because the reason I thought I wouldn't like it is the material gathering aspect of it. I felt like it was going to be really annoying because it's also a kind of open world game. But it's actually not that bad, mainly because instead of you only had to wire things up in the first place to supply energy, and then it automatically transports everything back to base. I'm like, okay, thankfully that's actually quite convenient. So then I actually had a fun time just like actually wiring up all these different sort of areas to amass a load of resources, which I'm like, I don't even know if I need all of these. And then I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, it turns out I maxed out on this resource anyway. So I was like, okay, fair enough. I guess I didn't need this much of it. Don't even know what to use it for. I made a load of zip lines. So yeah, I think there's potential. I think there's a lot of potential. The big question is whether the gacha element will draw me in, or the characters in the story. Because if it doesn't, then I'm like, might as well play Satisfactory at this point, right? Anyway, now I'm going to wrap this episode up here and maybe play some Lorelei and Lay's Eyes. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see you again, but for now it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.